It worked! I'm so excited!
Good morning, beautiful people. It's just an ordinary Saturday. I'm gonna move the chickens and figured I'd bring you guys along. Morning, sleepyhead.
Good morning.
It's a late start, like it's already 9 o'clock. Been doing other stuff. I'm gonna grab their feed while that thing warms up. Look at all that. So much feed. What an awesome feeling. All right, grab chicken feed. So, this right here, that is soaked feed. So I soak their feed. Basically what happens is it starts the process of breaking down all of the grains. You know, it partially digests them, and by the smell of it, it actually starts fermenting, which there's a whole load of good stuff that happens with that. So doing that actually makes it more nutritious. And something I've noticed is when the grain is soaked, it's easier for them to eat all of it. And you know, you just dump it on the ground. You don't need a feeder, so it's less stuff you have to carry around with you. So that's awesome. Bob seems to like it. Is that good stuff? Bob is a haggard old rooster. All right, time to take down the fence. You mind turning the fence off? Water. All right, you yard birds ready to get out? You want to let them out?
Man, Chuck's the first one out. Now they're gonna find the camera.
They've never had soaked feed, so they're not going to really understand it. But chickens are hungry little monsters, so they will eat it. So the reason I'm putting it on this little ridge right here is I'm going to let them wear this out, and then I'm going to till it up and put in more garden.
We can have garden everywhere.
Look at them. They don't even care about the feed. They're so happy about the grass. I had them up working a spot under the tree. You know, I just left them there too long, let them tear it up. They brought up a lot of acorns and stuff like that. But this is where you really see a happy chicken. Look at that. Just happy chickens in their natural habitat. So now's my favorite. I'm really enjoying the pigs. They're awesome animals. They're so cool, everything they do. They're happy to see me, even if I don't have food for them. Maybe they just associate me as, you know, I'm the snack man. What are y'all doing? Look at them, they know I have the feed bucket. She starts drooling. Start drooling. Oh yeah. You guys ready? You guys ready for food? Hi.
Yeah. It's like sand.
I think I added too much water to that one. Little face jowls, you're so fat. So fat. I like my pigs. I never knew I would like my pigs so much. All right, it's time for breakfast. Time for coffee. More coffee.
Coffee.
Not for you.
For me.
Lovely assistant. So a lot of people, and I mean a lot of you guys, have said, why don't you just get a rototiller? Get a tractor. We're getting there. It just has to be the right one. So, meet Fred, or Freddie. Freddie, you know, Claus. Fred is...
Oh, I get it!
You get it?
I wondered why you named it Fred. That's funny.
So, when you have a piece of equipment that is this finicky and this, it's got an attitude.
It's got, well, I like its owner.
I was out running errands yesterday, and there's a junk store that I check out every now and then to see what they get. And they had this sitting out front. And I pulled up. I was like, hey, is it run? And they're like, meh, yeah. So they fired it up. It fired up second pole, and it runs pretty rough. And you might have to dump a little gasoline in the carburetor, but hey, it works. So I picked it up for a song and dance and brought it home. I might have to replace the motor at some point, but motors are pretty cheap.
Maybe, yeah.
It's a little bit better than the Weed Eater rototiller. It's like a Mantis.
Yeah. Which worked, but in this
it worked,
clay,
but this clay is so hard, and this particular spot we're doing right now is so full of rocks and so just compacted. And this thing, it's slow, but it works. So for all you saying, get a rototiller, get a rototiller.
Meet Fred.
Meet Fred. All right, I'm gonna throw in my headphones and start rototilling. All right, who wants to bet it'll start first pull?
I don't make bets.
Who wants to bet I'm gonna have to dump gasoline in the carburetor to get it to start?
That I might bet on.
Got half of it done. We're all tired. We're gonna call it a day. But man, that looks good. And there's what I did a couple days ago. got Pips. Apparently we've got Pips. No kidding.
Well, that's cool.
Something's
Wiggling.
We got chickens almost hatched.
Well, it's working on it.
Right.
Cool.
That's cool.
I wasn't expecting that.
So, more floor. You guys are probably sick of watching nothing but floor and insulation and all this stuff, but this is what's going on. This is what I'm doing, so this is what I'm filming. I figured I'd explain this real quick just because people are going to ask. I have found it is more efficient for me to cut out and do the floor the way we're doing it, like that. Make a cut, lay a piece, make a cut, lay a piece. You know, I'll do basically one row at a time. Because we're in here, you know, we've got our fridge in here, we've got stuff in here. It almost feels like we're half living in here. It's easier to do that than not have big holes. And right here, once I get past the door, ooh, that's a big old moth. Anyways, squirrel! So after I get past the door, then I can get to this bedroom in here. I'll rip out, I don't know, I might or I might not. The places that are high traffic, it's easier if I, you know, leave the floor intact as much as I can instead of having big holes that you have to worry about falling through. You know, I don't want Meg coming in here to get something out of the fridge and there being a hole and her falling down, hurting herself. So I try to keep the holes closed up as much as possible. So it's actually working out. I'll lay, it's 3.25 boards, and you know, if you think about it, that's what, 100 square feet or something like that. So that's what I'm doing. I figured I'd explain that because a lot of people have questions. Why are you doing it this way? This is why. Now it's my least favorite part, pulling staples. I've tried cutting them, I've tried pounding them in. It's honestly better just to pull them, that way they don't interfere when I'm screwing in the floor. So, time for the fun part. Alright, you get the message. First thing in the morning, walked in here and I can hear peeping. Grab the flashlight, see if I can see it. There it is. It just broke out. It was up and moving a second ago. Literally the coolest thing I have ever done. That's so awesome. Okay.
Why am I here? Oh!
Oh. Well, hello. Oh, how cute are you? Oh, hi, little one. I know I won't mess with you too much. I'm sorry. Oh my, you are adorable. I'm gonna pick you up. I'll pick you up. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, hi. Okay, I'll put you down. I'll put you down. Oh, your brothers and sisters are coming. Oh, yay! Oh, you guys are so cute. Oh, you're adorable. Okay, you guys dry off. Just stay in there and dry off. It worked! I'm so excited. Oh, yay! Oh, you're adorable.
I came in here this morning and heard like full-blown peeping.
Yeah. Oh, how sweet.
Okay. Well, should we go see if Miss Broody is still brooding?
She's still broody, I just checked.
Yes. Excellent. Oh, you're going to get a mama.
Yay! Oh, yay!
Oh, that excites me so much. Yes. Okay, cool. All right, we'll let him dry off, and then tonight we'll put him under mama, yeah?
Yes.
All right, cool. Look over here, son. This corner.
So fluffy.
Isn't he cute?
Aww.
Is she? Not sure yet.
Can I see? Oh, that's cute. I just hiding in the big.
It got big. I'm kind of smushed up in an egg.